Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid is the Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years on minimum wage. And in this video I'm going to explain to you how it is I'm setting up my limited company for the next purchase. So I have two problems. First problem is I'm old, which means to say I'm probably going to die before you guys, which also means that when I die, and let's assume that I make my £1 million, a large portion that's going to disappear in inheritance tax before my kids get it, and I want to try and avoid that. The second problem is, and it's one I've experienced myself, is that my dad died 2 years ago during COVID, and it was a real pain in the backside to disentangle his personal finances so that it passed smoothly to my mother. And I want to avoid that for my children. The simplest way to do this is to put the whole lot within a limited company. And I'm going to explain to you how it is I do that. Now, to set up a limited company, it's a fairly simple process. You just go online to a company's house and you can set up your limited company in probably 15 minutes. It'll cost you less than 20 quid. And that's a standard one. Now, the important part of setting up any company is the Articles of Association. I want some specific things in those Articles of Association because I won't be here to deal with the aftermath. I'll be dead. It'll be no problem to me. I'll be dead, as I'm getting tired of saying. But it'll be a problem for my children. I want to avoid that. So some of the specific things I want in there are things that make sure that everything passes to them smoothly and they avoid inheritance tax. Now, the lawyers have come up with a great idea, and what they've suggested is that we split the company effectively in two sets of shares, A-class shares and B-class shares. Now, these two sets of shares are very different. The A-class shares, my shares, will be capped at a value of £500, so it doesn't matter what the value of the business is, how many properties are in it, whatever they are worth is irrelevant. The value of those shares, the ones that I own, are capped at £500, which means that when I die, that part of the business that is part of my estate for inheritance tax purposes is only worth £500, which I don't know what the inheritance tax levels will be in the future, but you know, they're going to be substantially higher than £500. So that's that little problem solved there. And we can put in the Articles of Association exactly what happens to my shares when I die, so it should pass really smoothly to the girls. Now, the girls will hold all the value, so I'll have £500 of the company's value. The rest of it is owned by the girls in their B-class shares. Their challenge, their problem if you wish, is that they don't get any money. They don't get an income and they don't get any voting rights, so they have no control. They sit with me. So the downside to me, if you wish to call it a downside, is I only own £500 with it, but I get to keep all the dividends, all the income and all the control of the company. If you wish, it's a bit like the way that Meta / Facebook set it with Mark Zuckerberg, although it's dissimilar in a big way in as much that it's worth billions and billions of pounds, and well, I'm just a cab driver. You get the difference. But it's set up in pretty much the same way. It's not an unusual or complicated setup. How Mark Zuckerberg set up is he only owns 13.6% of Meta, but he has 60% of the voting rights, so he gets a big chunk of money and he gets to control the business. And that's the way I'm going to do it here. So you can set up, as I said, a limited company for less than 20 quid, but to have it done properly in a way that's going to work smoothly when you're not there to sort things out, that's going to cost me closer to £2,000. Now it leaves open a little philosophical question, which is to say, can I ever claim to be a millionaire if I only own £500 to it? The value of the business sits with the girls. So do I have any legitimacy? Have I doomed my project to death right from the very beginning, almost from the very beginning, because now I'm buying in a company and I'll never ever be a millionaire? I don't know. I'd like to know what your thoughts are below. So can I legitimately claim I'm a millionaire? Or rather, can I say I have control of £1 million business? I would be interested in what you say. Now, there's another benefit to doing the company and setting the company the way I've suggested, and that is, in the future, if some malicious bastard should choose to sue me for whatever reason, apparently that happens to wealthy people a lot, is that people sue them for spurious reasons just to try and get some of their money off them. And I haven't worked so hard for it, I'm not very keen to part with it. So if the value of the company to me is only worth £500 in my shares, then I really have no worth. Well, save the £500, so it's really not worth suing me, so it should protect me from that as well. So there we are, that's how we're going to set the company up. I would like to know whether I have a legitimate claim to be a millionaire, so let me know your thoughts below, and any questions, as usual, put them below. In the meantime, don't be stupid and don't be normal, guys.